I mean, that's just beautiful. So you see it really, you get a good second print that really holds that pattern. Hi all, welcome back to my studio. I'm Robin McClendon and here's another episode of Workshop This. So I thought I would show you a really neat technique that creates like the stoning pattern, and I actually also call it kind of like my animal print, and you'll see why, because some of them just really come out looking like the fur of a leopard or a, one of the big bobcats or something like that. Just beautiful, but it really makes this neat stoning process. So you know, I'm a big fan of backgrounds, layering, mark making. So you can make these backgrounds. I make lots of these backgrounds and then I use them as basis for collaging on and working other elements up. Or, you know, of course, once they dry, I have stacks of these and you can come back and then work other jelly printing techniques on top of them. So today we're going to work with my friend Patti Pockets, PATRICIA VIRAMONTES, and she has a YouTube channel. For those of you who may not know her, many of you probably already know her. I'll make sure I leave the channel link below so you can go over and see how she uses these products. These are amazing. They're her own products, so we know we love to support small businesses all the time, right? And so I've been using Patti, her stains from the very beginning. She had this antiquing one that was like a brown that's just amazing, and then she has lullaby blue and lily pod green, just all really great colors, very earthy color tones. And the newest ones that she has, she sent these to me, midnight purple and lavender breeze. So we're going to work the new colors just to show you what they look like, but I am going to show you the brown too at the end. So definitely go over. Patti uses them completely differently than I. She does a lot of the junk journal and the, you know, like the whole, and so she uses them a lot for antiquing and creating these really neat color variations. So the way I like to use them is I start off with a matte paint. So this one I'm going to use the Paper Artsies Heavy Cream, and you can find this over on Seth Apter's website, and I'll definitely link them. But I love this heavy cream. So a good matte paint I happen to like for this technique, but you can use any paint, you know, play around with it. You'll, you know, probably get a slightly different. The reason why I like the matte paints is because this is a very kind of slippery, slurry type of solution on the jelly plate. It dries beautifully. It dries, you know, with low tack and everything. It's a really amazing product. But I just like to get a light layer of this matte paint down because I'm going to need to be able to just have something that the stains can adhere to, kind of absorb into, and our matte acrylics create that really good absorbent surface. And it just also kind of gives you a background color to work from as well. So I'm using my calligraphy paper. You guys know I love the calligraphy paper, so I'm using that. So this gives us a nice surface, you know, to get started with. Now we're going to get, I'm going to pull the lavender breeze. Let's use, because I want to get a few, through a few of these. That first one that I showed you was lavender breeze, so you can see the color. So let's use the midnight purple. Oh my God, look how rich this is. This is my first time using these two colors because she sent them to me recently. These are her latest colors. And so I just want to show you all. I love, this is one of my fave techniques. It's a great way to get some backgrounds going. So you roll it out, you're going to brayer it out. You're going to notice that it's going to start making the stone pattern. I also like to take and put some other color in. So I'm going to use Tim Holtz's spray stain, distress-based spray stain in tea dye. And so you put that down, you see it's going to continue to stone, and I just roll it out just to distribute the color a little bit. And then we put our original page back on top, and you just get this amazing pattern. And I just love making these as backgrounds. I use these a lot as build-up places for my prints. You can come back and stencil on top of them, continue to jelly print. You could do mark making on top of these, like so much. But they just, oh, it's just amazing. Look at that pattern, right? I mean, how cool and how simple is it? So you can also, so I was using the cream. One of my favorite, I love this light blue and the Blick acrylic. So let's put that down because you can change your backgrounds. So we're going to use that same midnight purple over the blue, just so you can see how just changing the paint backgrounds is going to just give you another. And you guys know that I'm working on a book, Gelli. It's going to basically gel printing 101. Oh, I was supposed to pull this. Well, guess what? We're going to, I was supposed to do that. Let's just go ahead and work it in. It'll work in. So let's go ahead, get ourselves a sheet to pull. And a lot of these, the techniques that I do are going to be outlined in that book with lots of pictures and step-by-step processes, along with loads of, I think it was like 24 chapters, just about everything that I've ever taught myself or discovered on the gel plate is in that book. So I'll keep you posted on all of that, but a lot of these techniques and variation will be in the book. Okay, so now we've got that down. You can see where it's stained a little bit, right? So let's go ahead now and grab this midnight purple and see what it looks like over top of that light blue. So once again, we're going to roll this out. We're going to get that stone pattern, which I love. Let's put some silver shine from Seth Apter IZINKS. You can use these too. So if you have Tim Holtz's, use those. If you have Seth Apter's, use those. If you have both, use them. And they'll do different things. His IZINKS create a larger staining pattern than Tim Holtz's. So you're going to find various, things that the different techniques will do. If you already have some alcohol inks, use those. It's the idea of the spray with her things to just create this amazing pattern. So you can see how different that lavender is over the blue as opposed to over the cream. We just get these different variations. And then depending on what sprays you put down, you can just get even more variation. So I'm going to show you the very first one that I did that really made me call this animal print. You guys got to see it. So let me make sure I clean my brayer just to get that purple off. So I'm going to use the heavy cream. I already have a little color down here, so it'll mix a little bit, but it'll be okay. So we're going to use a cream background. Let's go ahead and brayer this out. Okay. So let's pick that up. Get ourselves a nice cream background. So yeah, these and when they dry, they're matte. They're not sticky. They really stain. They really dry beautifully. They have always been permanent, like in my journals and stuff. So you can see I have some color variation down there, but that's okay. I got a good layer of the heavy cream. Now let's take her original one here, which is a brown. It's kind of like a vintage or an antique photo kind of brown. You can sort of see what color it is. And let's get dollop, and I've had this for a few years now. I know this is like 3 years old, and I use it a lot. I make a lot with this, and it's still a lot of this around. So it really lasts a long time, even when you use it a lot. I find it's amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna use a little of, I'll use both. I'm gonna use Tea Dye by Tim Holtz, and I'm going to use the Gold Mine by Seth Apter IZINKS. And so let's roll this out. We've got a nice slurry on there that's going to give us a nice stone pattern. And what you can do is once you roll it out, as it starts stoning, you can wait until it kind of gets to where you want it to be. You can encourage it just to, because it's going to have a good open time, because that it's, you know, it's really wet. You can even fan it to kind of help that stoning along. So you see I'm getting a lot of good stoning there. Okay, so now we're going to put this over top, back on top of our original. And the more stoning it does, the more dramatic this pattern gets. You can even see, like on the Brayer, how it has this real neat look. Yeah, look at this. See, it just, this just looks like, you know, sort of a zebra pattern, or you know, maybe a lion's fur. Like, you'll get all these patterns, and down here it's a more open pattern. It has a more of a, you know, a leopard. I love it. And when this dries, it's just amazing. So I have a little bit here on the plate. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up so you can see, just without any paint as a background, you still get this really neat pattern that you can continue to print with. I mean, that's just beautiful. So you see it really, you get a good second print that really holds that pattern. So there we have it. Definitely lots of really neat techniques that you can do with this. Her latest colors, like I said, are Midnight Purple and Lavender. I don't have any affiliate programs with Patti, nothing like that. I just support what she does. So go over there, let her know that I sent you. She'll just be happy to know that. But you know, just, you know, you can go to Etsy. I'll make sure I link all of that and purchase these. They're not expensive either. I don't remember the exact price point, but they're a really good price point. But let's support a fellow YouTuber and in the community. I think it's so important in our art community to really, for us to continue to really support each other as artists. And for you guys to support all the wonderful artists on this channel, on the channels that are have products, or making products, or doing different things. I support them. So yeah, check out Patti. She's a lovely lady. And if you're not familiar with her channel, definitely check her channel out. In the meantime, just another thing we can do on the Gelli plate as a mixed media tool. It's just that this plate is so versatile. I just can't. I hope I'm impressing this on you in this series, how versatile and how much you can actually do on the gel plate. So until next week, love you all. Happy creating. And definitely make sure to comment, thumb the video up. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that bell and hit all so you get the notifications. Also, let me know if there's anything that you want me to show. Put that below the video. Until next week, so much love from my studio to yours. Bye-bye.